Hello my beautiful hammerhead and welcome back to another video. In this one we're gonna talk about what's happening between book 4 and 5 of the Dawnbringer campaign. And this encompasses of course the short stories from number 21 to 24 and also this article. This I bring up because there is some more information in it. One thing I probably forgot is that when the Axian Crusade arrived at now Embergard, there is not only the veins of Emberstone, the Realmstone of Axi, beneath the ruins, but also symbols of the Great Wheel. This is, as I've said, probably something I forgot to mention in my synopsis video. Also, what this tells us is sarcophagi, and then the undead come, and Reikenor the Grim Hailer is there. So a little spoiler for book 5 here. That's fine, I guess. Hannibal and Toll are a little bit talked about, which we're not going to dive into because there isn't much. We're still doing the Order of Azir thing, following King's Blood. Oh yeah, here's Reikenor the Grim Hailer mentioned. In Ghyran we still have Marshal Thorian doing her thing with her crusade. They're arriving in the city of Verdigris, and Flesh Eater courts are still a thing. Okay, let's just move past by this, give this one a like. Then we have this one. I probably don't have to say anything about this 20-second trailer. We will get to know more on, for me, Thursday. For you, probably Wednesday. I don't know. It's Skaven. This is, if you're still unsure, it's Skaven in 4th edition. Give this one also a like. So, there is a pattern here of liking stuff. Okay, Dawnbringer Chronicles 21, The Red River. This is a rather short and funny story. It's, as you can see, about Grand Justice Gormain. This is right after the assassination attempt of Sekar of Usharan. So everything that happened in book 4 happened, and now we're here. Gormain is at the stage of, ooh, I have to be careful now, because, well, Usharan knows there is betrayal in his court. It's not only Neferata, it's not only Sekar, it's someone else as well. And this is so good, because Usharan is still, again, he's the greatest actor in his play. And he's like, oh, I'm wounded. Do you see the bullet hole in my chest? I'm so weak. Oh no. And every other Flesh Eater cutie around him is like, no, my king, he's wounded. We have to tend to his wounds. And instead of rags or anything else, it's just human skin they're dabbing his wound with. So it's the regular Flesh Eater cutie stuff. And Gormain is just like, he's so tense, he wants to roll his eyes, but he can't. And the rest of this is still so funny, because when Usharan is in his play, he's like this one. Ye shall be our herald and general faithful friend. Speak with the authority of the Summer King, sound the banners to defend their lord's Demesne. And there is just so much. His speech pattern changes, what I love, when he's serious to when he's playing. And then he's like, oh yeah, this lake is... There is good water in here. It will heal me. That it leads to a river that leads to the cities of Sigmar is something else. But they will be provided with free King's Blood right now. So he dives into the lake, says, Gormain, come to me, join me in the water. Everyone is jealous of Gormain because everyone wants to join their king in the pool. And they're like, okay, now we talk without bullshittery here. This is serious business now. Where is the traitor? Who is it? And so on. And Gormain is like, oh, I have to choose my words carefully now. Of course, he says it's Neferata, it's Sekka, it's the Sigmarites and stuff. And Usharan is like, okay, let's just do this another way. Opens his wound, King's blood comes out, of course. All the fish gets, well, the fish are tearing themselves apart in a manic frenzy because they're also getting delusional. And the lake is polluted. Polluted lake water, apparently Usharan's blood is more vile than oil in water, where not only one drop can pollute thousands of liters of water. I don't know what it does or how magically infused or delusionally infused his blood is to immediately poison the lake and the river that is in its path, or rather it goes into. I forgot what the city's name is called, but it's really not that important. Here, Nath Waits Crossing. Probably important in book 5. Okay, let's give this also a like. Then we are at Dawnbringer Chronicles 22, Faithless. Here is the greatest spoiler for the story. It's the Changeling. It's on the Axian side here with our story after Smolt and his, well, traitors, not really, departed from the Axian Crusades, left Pontifex Zenestra with the majority of the fanatics, and a couple of those who were oathbound to the crusade took many rations with them, the majority of the water, and basically left the other ones to die. What they don't know is that they found the city of Embergard, which is fine, because that was the goal. And we have here Tsuba Brim, Steelhelm. We follow his story, how he talks to... well, not only that he defends Marshal Vedra because she was being pulled away from the crusade, how they talk about the wheel nuts because Zenestra and her fanatics, it's not that good. And how he talks to Thungist Smolt, the son of the marshal that came after Vedra. But yeah, they talk a little bit about it. They're being attacked by the disciples of Tzeentch, by Zangors. And then it comes out, so, oh, it's not Smolt, it's an illusion, it's the Curseling. Everyone's dead because Tzeentch did not want the majority of the Crusades to arrive at Embergard. That's it. It's so sad to see how this part of the story ended, because there was the possibility of someone smart in the Crusade who just said, nope, we're out of here, do your thing, fanatics, we're smarter than that. And then it's just, oh no, it's basically okay. I mean, disciples of Tzeentch are meant to be smart, but still it felt like a feel-bad moment here. But okay. Dawnbringer Chronicles 23, Murder in Catacomb 12. This is Order of Vizier interrogating Duardin here, who was bound to the catacombs with one of the collegiate arcanes, fire wizard basically, because we're an Akshi again. And this Duardin was responsible for the sewers built underneath Hammerhall to his hold, to the other Duardin, and so he was an expert in mining. And he had nightmares all the time since there were an Ember Guard of other Duardin walking around with candles. Candles are being snuffed out, and the Duardin were withered away until there were just souls, which we now know is Reikenor the Grimhailer, so thanks for the spoiler in the article. So the Collegiate Arcane Dude was murdered down there. The Duardin is being kept in prison, so that's why he's being interrogated. And he tells the witch hunter, so yeah, this and that happened, we were under there, I was annoyed by him, yes, but I did not murder him. There were geists there, the night haunt came, and then I fled the scene because I was alone. And yeah, then he's being departed. The witch hunter looks at his associate and is just like, do you believe him? Do you believe what he says? Because he's clearly guilty. And the associate just says, yeah, but his nightmares? I saw them as well. So, interesting, at least something here. Then we have Dawnbringer Chronicles 24 Rumbles in the Green, which is probably one of the best ones here with 23, because that also was very interesting. We have Skragrod, the Loon King, and his minions captured the Gracier of the Skaven. There is not really much happening here. The only thing is they're talking a little bit back and forth because the Skaven are, well, having spears of warpstone. And like Trug, the Troggoth King, they're seeking out these nexus points of ley lines. But as Trug destroys them, the Skaven are poisoning them with those warpstone spears. They're just jamming it into the earth near these nexus points. But before he can explain why, he just explodes. Maybe because there is a self-destruct button in there. As soon as the Gracier talks about the plan, he will be annihilated by a vermin lord or anything like that, which is fine. And Skragrod is like, oh, I know the war against the stunties in the sky is just daily business. Everything else is just like, oh, yeah, it's fine. But now the Skaven, they will be punished for their transgressions against my asylum. Yeah, which is fine. It was a really funny story. As I've said, the Skaven are now more in the foreground, and it's going to be interesting to see how Skragrod is going to be involved in all of this now. Because we have our rebel rouser, whom I already forgot his name because it's not really that important. We have Trug, the Troggoth King now. We have King Broad on the destruction side. And now Skragrod. I hope this will tell us more about the future. But yeah, we will have to wait and see for book 5 to arrive, which should be this Saturday, but as far as I know, it's going to be in 1.5 weeks, so next week, Friday. But yeah, that was it. We have a little bit of closure for Ember Guard here, and the next step for Ember Guard, nothing for Gairan except for Ushoran and his poisoning of the lake and a river that feeds a little bit into it. Let's just wait and see what happens. But what are your thoughts on all of this? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're down there, please remember to do all the YouTube stuff, because hitting buttons is not only fun. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more Warhammer almost every day. But until then, have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic, stay hydrated, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, bye, bye.